What's going on, guys? Car review guys here. My name is AJ, and this week we have the 2024 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. This is the Nightshade trim level. So if you are new to my channel, we are going to be doing the full review today. Next video, 5 things to love, 5 things to improve. Over 22,000 subscribers. Thank each and every one of you. New vehicle, new press car every single week. Sometimes we mix in some of our own cars, which I did just sell my Supercar, and we will be doing a build on the channel for the first time, so that will be fun as well. Now, if you, again, are new to my channel, let's just go ahead and explain so you can skip through as you would like. So starting out, we're gonna do a cinematic, usually 60 seconds or less. After that, we will be doing the exterior with stats, figures, stuff I feel like you guys would want to know. Then we will be jumping into the interior, check that out, then we'll be taking it on a drive. So without further ado, let's jump right on into this video. Let's roll. Starting with some of the stats and figures, this Corolla Cross Hybrid is a 2-liter 4-cylinder pushing 196 horsepower and 139 pound-feet of torque combined. Transmission is an eCVT. Drivetrain is all-wheel drive. Curb weight is around 3,400 roughly, which is going to be pushing it from 0 to 60 in about 7.4 seconds. MPG 45 city, 38 highway, and a combined average of 42 MPGs. Gas tank size on the hybrid is a 10.6 gallons. If you get the non-hybrid, it is just a little bit bigger. Vehicle dimensions, 14.67 feet roughly in length. Width, you're looking at about 6 feet, and ground clearance 8.1 inches. Pricing starts at around $28,220. That's on the base, which is the Hybrid S. Tester today is about $34,787, including the destination charge. While we are here in the rear, underneath, you can press this button. You have to pull it up, and it is not power. However, I do believe if you go to the XLE, the highest trim level, it's not standard. There is at least an option to get the power liftgate, and there is a decent amount of space back here, but I will put it here in cubic feet on the screen for you. I am 5'9". If you're new to my channel, I test getting in every single vehicle, front and rear. So getting in the rear, you got to duck just a little bit if you're around or near my height. Now that we are in here, decent amount of headspace because it's got a little cutout. So I don't know if you can see, there's probably like 3.5, 4 inches up there. And then this is where my seat sits driving. Got another probably 3 inches roughly there. So pretty comfortable back here. You also have 2 vents located right there. And then just taking a look, you do have a cup holder over here in the door. Basic window switch. This is soft touch here. And then this is all plastic. And then again, plastic up there as well. Jumping into the front. Super easy to get into the front. No complaints there. Taking a look at the door, very similar to the rear. This is soft touch here. Everything else is a harder plastic. Basic window switches, lock, unlock. All your mirror adjustments are up there. Out on the mirror, hopefully you can kind of see there is blind spot monitoring, and they are heated mirrors. And then taking a look at the steering wheel, it does have lane centering, adaptive cruise control. You have your audio, seek, your modes. Over on the left, you've got voice command, volume, and then all of your menus to sit there and go through there. And there is no heads-up display. You have a frameless mirror, which does look quite nice. Easy to use touchscreen. Hopefully I can get this to not look terrible. There you go, maybe. Just clicking as far as like the responsiveness, so that way you can see. I don't have any issues with that. Putting it into reverse, you do have a backup camera, but no 360 view. As far as temperature goes, it is single zone climate. And then further down, you've got a wireless charging pad. You have a USB-C. You have your different drive modes right here, which if we select the toggle, Sport, Normal, and Eco. If you go up to the XLE, you will also be getting the soft text, which is like a leatherette, basically. These are full cloth. 2 cup holders, and you do have a couple of chargers in there. You can probably fit 1 or 2 tissue boxes, and then up above, we do have a sunroof. I think that pretty much covers the interior. I think it's time to get this hybrid out on the road. As we get this Corolla Cross Hybrid out on the road, I have spent roughly 5 out of my 7 days with it as I am making this. I have put, I would say 80-ish miles on it. And so that's basically my time that I have spent with this vehicle. And so my feedback on it is, in a nutshell, if you're looking for a hybrid that is basically a small SUV or crossover, this is definitely a good option as far as still affordable. It's not crazy expensive. Now you're not getting all kinds of options or crazy stuff like that, which the price reflects, but a reliable vehicle, and it gets good gas mileage, right? And I will say that Toyota, the numbers they've released, I've absolutely been getting those numbers. Actually, like 1 to 2 MPGs better is what I have gotten. Now this week hasn't been really that hot. It's been like 75 degrees every day, roughly, that I've driven it. So, and then I'm in Arizona, so the elevation's like 1,400 roughly where I'm at. So you can take that for what it is. Now, as far as noise goes, I've got 3 categories, and my 3 categories are powertrain. You have wind noise, and then you also have tire noise. Tires, you can hear a little bit. Wind noise is really good. They've done a really good job, even with the doors being lighter and a little thinner. They've done a good job. You don't hear a crazy amount. You do definitely hear the tires. Powertrain you can hear as well, especially whenever you're getting on it. You can definitely hear it. As far as cruising, not too much. Even on the freeway, the motor and stuff, fairly maintained. Mainly just going to be the tires. And that's really all you can hear. And even still, it's definitely acceptable. It's not like, oh my goodness, the tires are so noisy. Nothing like that, but you can hear. For me, I don't know if there's a reason why I would go with anything but the hybrid personally. And the reason being is the hybrid is actually a little bit quicker than the non-hybrid. Like if we step on it, like it just squealed wheels just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy again, but considering in class, apples to apples, it's actually not bad. I mean, 0 to 60, you're looking at right around that 7.2, 7.4 second mark. And a vehicle that gets really good MPGs. It's roomy, there's tons of room in it. So that's really the moral of the story. Now, we are coming up here to the cattle guard. We do that every single week just so you can see the kind of the suspension. We're in normal and see kind of the sound as to how it goes. And it's just something that I can't change. You go over at 45 miles an hour every single week. So let's see how it does. Here we go. Suspension, not crazy luxury. This vehicle is not crazy luxury, right? So it shouldn't be that way. To me, it's more than acceptable as far as going over that. It absorbed well, nothing crazy. I moved some, but again, nothing absurd. As far as noise goes, I've already told you, you can hear the tires, so no surprise going over that. I can definitely hear it. Now, there's no vehicle, no matter what price point, I have never gone over there and not heard it. But there are some vehicles that it's really maintained and really down. And this one, again, a little on the higher side as far as like noise to hearing that, but definitely acceptable. Does not bother me in the slightest, especially with how this vehicle is priced. Let's touch on our blind spots. Over to our left, the pillar's actually in a pretty good spot, so you can see quite well. Over to our right, not much of one, maybe like the very, very rear, but of course it does have blind spot monitoring if you need it. Touching on some of the other features in this vehicle, it does have lane centering as long as you set the cruise control. Cruise control has to be set, then it has lane centering. And then adaptive cruise control as well, which also works good. So it's great to have the technologies. And even though, you know, we're not in the top trim level, we still have some of these, I'll call it safety features, which are great. And people always ask, does the lane centering on Toyota actually stay center? Yes, it does. Of course, keep your hands on the wheel, blah, 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 blah. But if you need to get a drink of water, yada, yada, it stays center of the lane. Yes, it does a good job. All right, I have put it into sport. Let's take this turn at 20 miles an hour and let's just see how it does. And 20. It actually holds pretty well. Being, you know, a crossover type of deal, stays pretty, it has a pretty low profile overall. Even though ground clearance is around that 8-inch mark roughly, it feels pretty good for this type of SUV. Actually a little better than I expected. And just touching on the 3 different modes, is there a difference between sport, normal, and eco? Yes, there absolutely is. Especially throttle response, that's your biggest thing. I really find myself in normal majority of the time. Eco, it just obviously really restricts your throttle response just to conserve gas, which makes sense. And I've been in normal and I've still been getting, again, 1 MPG basically better than what Toyota claims, and that's just in normal. So I'm sure if I was an eco, just, you know, tapping it around everywhere, I'm sure I could really improve upon it, but I just don't see a need. Just drive it like normal and it does quite well. Now, as far as the hybrid goes, that's kind of an important one. Is there a big like on and off? No. Like, I see the RPM gauge kick on and off, but I really don't hear it. Maybe, I mean, like a little bit, not bad at all. It's very good. And even at speed, when it cuts on and off at like 40 miles an hour, it resumes exactly where you need to. You can't feel a jerk or anything. It's a really good job. Toyota has done a phenomenal job with their hybrid systems. I think that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. Next video, 5 things to love, 5 things to improve. Again, if you're looking for an affordable crossover, small SUV, whatever, hybrid, this definitely is something maybe you should check out. Not gonna break the bank. So, as always, I will catch you on the next video. Peace.